Empire State Building is just one of the most iconic structures in the city and in the country. It was the tallest building in the world when it was built, 1,250 feet tall. It was built in only 13 months. It was really the first super tall skyscraper that really changed the skyline and defined the skyline of New York City. And it was also built right at the beginning of the Depression, so it was kind of a symbol of hardworking Americans and structural workers and steel workers and architects and everyone coming together and working and producing that amazing of a structure in only 13 months. So this book is the construction views of the Empire State Building that was contracted by the Starrett Brothers and Eakin Corporation, which was the construction company of the Empire State Building. And it documents from 1929, the building on the site was the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. So it documents its demolition, and then it shows the whole progress of building the Empire State Building. It shows the steel workers, all the different workers, and all the different tasks in the building. The limestone being delivered, the eagles on the side of the building coming in and being fastened to it. It does a great job showing the process of steel workers throwing rivets and using the I-beams and fastening them to each other, and you really see the structure rise in the building and then see the limestone be fastened to it and see the electrical systems being put in. So it's an amazing insight into how this building was built in 13 months. As you get further in, you see the structure top out, meaning it reaches its final height, and then they construct the mooring mast. And some of these photos actually have a blimp in the background because the intention was to have a blimp dock onto the mooring mast, which had a small elevator in it that would bring people down to able to be transferred once they get into the building. But the end of the album shows the completed Empire State Building, or almost completed, in 1931. Structures have changed a lot over the last 150 years. Like the Tribune building that had all masonry, that transformed quickly to steel, and then steel skeletons with curtain walls. And today you have reinforced concrete that is cheaper and sometimes stronger than steel. These buildings are all wind tunnel tested, unlike the early skyscrapers in the 1880s, 1890s. These buildings are all designed on computers first, and many models are built, presentation models to see how the building will look aesthetically, but also structural wind tunnel models that are multiple different types of wind tunnel models that are tested in conditions that replicate the natural environment and test the structure of the building. Okay, so this is our super tall wall showing super tall skyscraper construction from the first super tall building, which is the Empire State Building, 1931, 1,250 feet tall. So just to back up, a super tall is a building that's 1,250 feet or taller. So the Empire State Building was the first. These buildings are color-coded by their location. So purple is the US, mainly New York, except for like the Sears Willis Tower in Chicago and the Trump building in Chicago also. The rest of it's New York. And then you have the orange, which is the Middle East, like the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world, 2,717 feet tall, built in 2010. So that's basically 2 Empire State Buildings if you compare the height, more than 2. Current tallest building in the world right now under construction is the Kingdom Tower in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's designed by the same architects that designed the Burj Khalifa in Dubai in 2010. And it's under construction right now. It's about this tall, and it will be over 1 kilometer tall when it's constructed. It's over 3,000 feet tall. Now, comparing that to the Empire State Building, 1931, 1,250 feet tall, it's shy of almost 3 Empire State Buildings tall, and it should be completed in the next couple of years.